Your body becomes weightless as your heart races so long. Do not be afraid. You are at rest. Go deeper and deeper. Your soul is separate from your body. Because when the one on fire, this is the arrival to your final destination. Welcome to eternal damnation. You are now entering hell.
Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed that sing-along. Good evening, and I hope that came across. We're using some new software, so I'm not sure if the audio came across as well.
It did. It was fine. The video was on mute for whatever reason by default.
No. But when I actually heard it, hey, Randy, and once I actually heard it, it was hard. It was a little tinny. I couldn't hear it. But you guys know we can all sing along because it's a wonderful song, and we love the werewolves.
Hey, anyway, Randy.
Yes, hello, Randy. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, everyone. Good evening. It is time for the OG Spooky Crew. Looks like we're a little bit short tonight because I think there's been an outbreak of herpes amongst the co-hosts.
Yeah, it's the gonorrheic herpes. It's the very dangerous one. It's the ass herpes, folks. And
you know what? I told them not to fuck around with the herpy monkeys over in wherever Mike lives.
Springs.
Yeah, the Springs. I told them nobody listens to me. This is what you fucking get.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, good evening, everyone. We got a lot of shit to talk about tonight. So, even though it's just me and Rob, you know what? You may get lucky, and we could choose someone from the live audience to bring onto the show to hang out with us.
We may have an extra host, but, we are adults. We have schedules. Somebody may be popping in, though. We got confirmation a few minutes ago. So, we'll see.
Maybe? Okay. Well, I mean,
the advantage of having just two hosts is you get to see this whole background.
Ooh, sparkly.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, if you say so.
It's neat.
So, and of course, me with my just regular rum and Coke because, that's how I wind down after a week. So, Rob, what about you? What are you drinking?
Well, I've got a Kettle One botanical vodka spritz.
What's a Kettle?
Kettle One.
Kettle One. Oh.
Kettle One botanical vodka spritz. This is the grapefruit flavor, grapefruit and rose. Excuse me. And this was left behind by a party guest, who Laura, co-host emeritus. And
I like that.
And I just can't figure it. I got to tell you, this is a textured can. Like the lettering is raised on the can.
And that should be a sign of quality, wouldn't it?
It's classy shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's too classy for you? That's a lot.
Well, it can be classy and still nasty, but what are you gonna do?
Can it be though? But that's a whole nother conversation. We could actually make that a topic one night. That could be cool.
It's a fancy can, Randy. It really is. So
Right. So what are you watching this week? Anything interesting?
No, I got to be honest. I'm winding down with House, and it's just giving me too much goddamn anxiety. So I'm probably going to stop.
Because you're always dying. It's never lupus, but you're always dying.
There's all sorts of bad things happening to people on the show, and anytime something goes wrong with me personally, if I haven't felt well last couple of days when I woke up, and I immediately start going through all the scenarios in House about why I'm about to die.
Well, you see that that's not the case, because even if it were, today's medical system is not like it is on House, you'd just be dead. You'd be in the emergency room for like 10 hours before they even saw you.
That's
So
probably what
you
would
got nothing to
happen.
worry
Anyway,
about. You'd be dead
but
before.
I'm in middle of the 4th season, and I think I'm done. Hey, Molly, what's
Hello,
up?
Molly.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers
Yeah,
indeed.
so that, and then I'm playing another weird Japanese video game.
Oh no.
It's called Neo: The World Ends with You, and it's
Okay.
delightful.
Define
dead.
delightful.
You're dead, and you have to, like, basically there's a competition going on in a copy of the real world, and if you win, you can come back to life, and if you lose, you're just wiped from existence. So
That's kind of a win-win, Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. And hello,
hey, Dan.
Yeah. Actually, I've been rewatching Interview with the Vampire on the AMC series because they're talking about season 2 because San Diego Comic-Con just happened. And they had this really fantastic exhibit there. And regardless, okay, now y'all know I'm a massive Anne Rice fan. And Interview with the Vampire back in 1994. Okay. All things considered, it wasn't terrible. Now it's like fucking dog food compared to this series on AMC. If you haven't seen it, trust me, just look up some of the scenes on YouTube with Jacob Anderson and Sam Reed, who, if he does not get a fucking Emmy, I swear to God, I am so going to riot. This is who Anne Rice, I wish she'd been alive long enough to see him in action because this is who she had in mind when she wrote Lestat. I don't care. Unfucking believable.
He's excellent. I still say he's a bit more masculine than she ever intended.
I don't know. After seeing the last couple episodes of the first season where they're doing the whole Mardi Gras thing and he's all dressed up Victorian, I don't know. But that's kind of a minor nitpicky sort of thing. And the trailer is out for season 2 now. We don't have an announced date because of the strikes and such. But if you look up on YouTube the trailer for season 2, my mind is blown. I am just so fucking psyched. I can't even tell you. So that's I rewatched season 1 and oh my God, just every single scene, every little nuance. This is like perfect fucking television. It is like the perfect series. I literally have no complaints.
That's excellent. Who really thought that grapefruit and rose was a good combination?
Jesus Christ.
That's not, those two things don't go hand in hand.
You know what? If anyone's bound to find an odd combination and make it work, it's you.
I didn't make this, so don't.
I'm just saying. No. I'm saying if there's a combination out there that actually would work together, you would be the one to find it.
I did have a peanut butter bacon cheeseburger this evening, so there's some truth to that.
There you go. Okay. All right. Anyway, Spooky has been really busy between Midsummer Scream that's going on and San Diego Comic-Con and all the stuff going on the West Coast now because this is like the summer of conventions out there. Monster Mania is going on this weekend. Spooky is thrown down. They have announced half a dozen guests.
Half a dozen guests since the last time we had a show 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So I think it was 2 weeks ago. It might have been 3.
I don't fucking know. I don't know what day it is today.
Oh my God.
All right. So first up, Heather Langenkamp.
Hi, Clayton.
Hello. But yeah.
Hold on.
Up.
Dan had a question. So yes, Dan, Kettle One Botanical Vodka Spritz, grapefruit and rose flavor. And not good. Not good at all. It's just these things don't go well. I put sugar on my grapefruit. I don't put rose water on it. Okay, enough of that. Molly mentioned Midsummer Scream was awesome. Molly, okay. That's fantastic.
Yes. Oh, and Randy, yes, Spooky. I haven't kept up with Dragon Con, unfortunately. I'll be, but I by all means share who they've dropped. But Spooky has been really, really busy. Considering this is the 20th anniversary, that's no surprise. But starting off with Heather Langenkamp, you can't have Robert Engel without Heather Langenkamp.
Well, you can.
You can, but you don't really get the full experience. She's been to Spooky before. She's a darling guest. She's a favorite of many.
She's been at Spooky now. I think this is number 4 for her.
Maybe
I may be off, but
every time everyone's met her, they've had nothing but wonderful things to say about her. She's definitely a fan favorite.
She'll smoke out with you if you're carrying. So
allegedly.
It's. I'm sure she has her card. Um, but she's always a delight, and I personally, I'm always a fan of her from just the 10 of us. She was my
You
favorite
would be.
of the daughters. You know, there was like the 6 daughters, and well, hey, look at this. We have our first special guest of the evening.
Ooh.
Mike's here.
Hey!
Hey, sorry, my thing to hold up my phone broke, so I'm literally using some tools to hold
Perfect.
everything up.
Absolutely perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike
See,
the
Mike did
MacGyver.
not get the herpes. Mike does not have the herpes.
No,
No.
I don't.
Okay, because apparently everybody else, they bailed on the show because they got bit by the herpes-infested monkeys. You kept warning them about them.
I
listened.
did. Super herpes. Horrible herpes.
Yeah, nobody listens.
Left
Nobody
over
listens.
from Tarzan movies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Look it up. All right. Heather Langenkamp. And then this is actually one that's very relevant. Cassandra Peterson, best friend of Pee Wee Herman, who we know unfortunately passed away this week. And while it was sad, it does remind people that he actually gave out the best death performance in any movie ever in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And that's one thing that people kept posting over and over, which people do need to revisit because fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Best, and when I was lucky enough to meet Rutger Hauer, that's what we talked about. And we were laughing. We were caught mid-laugh in the photo, which I will cherish forever. But but Cassandra Peterson, and honestly, when I heard that Pee Wee Herman had passed, her page was the first I went to because I know those two have been like this since the Groundling days.
Yeah, they were in a comedy troupe called the Groundlings, also with Phil Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you go and look at like who else was in that, it's all sorts of just great comedy names, and it just sucks all the more that reminder that Phil got taken way too soon.
Way too soon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
but the fact that Pee Wee Herman, Cassandra wrote an absolutely beautiful piece memorializing him, which, and honestly, if I happen to meet her this time around, I don't know if I will, but if I do, I am going to be asking, about Paul Rubens stories because Lord knows she's got the best ones.
Probably, and just also kind of an FYI for anyone who is really looking forward to her as Elvira. She's probably not coming as Elvira.
I was about to say that.
She is listed as Cassandra, not Elvira. And when she shows up as Elvira, she's listed as Elvira.
Yes. Just for those of you that haven't met Elvira before, when she's Cassandra Peterson, she's out of makeup. When it's Elvira, it's in makeup. Just
Yeah,
redhead.
I believe this one, it's her. And then I think like there was even a thing at the bottom, I believe, that said that she won't be in costume or something like that.
Yeah. So basically, you're getting the redhead, not the raven-haired one. So
yeah, you're getting the red hair. You're not getting the gazunkas. So just saying. Which they're great gazunkas, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Then Bill Johnson. For those of you that are fans of Texas. Rob, speak for me. I can't speak.
Yeah. So the next up is Bill Johnson, Big Bill Johnson, as no one calls him. He was Leatherface in the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and
The one with Bill Mosley.
and not to shit on a guest announcement because he's done other things as well. I've always thought it's interesting that there really was never a definitive Leatherface. Maybe the original with
Gunnar Hansen.
with Gunnar. Gunnar was the first, and after that, the only one can't remember which actor it was. Only one played him more than once, and he only played Leatherface twice. So it's been, it's always been handed off to somebody else. No one's in. Again, it's a dude in the mask, so there's really not that many opportunities to make it your own role. Some of the Jasons have, to their credit, Kane. CJ did a pretty good job, but at the end of the day, this is one of those. It's like, well, for the Texas Chainsaw fans out there, awesome, enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I think this guest list is going to be super heavy for those that are of the slasher films. Just Freddy, Michael Myers, Pinhead, Leatherface, all of them. If you're a fan of slasher films, as the majority of horror fans are, they're going to be psyched for whoever was in the mask. These are the people that get psyched for people like V. Neil, who necessarily wasn't in the movies, but created a lot of these monsters, did the makeup on a lot of these monsters. So,
Mike, can I interrupt just for a second? I need to show you what I'm drinking tonight.
Oh, no.
It's horrible. It was left at the house. Kettle One's botanical vodka spritz.
Ew.
This is grapefruit and rose
Ew.
flavor. This is one of the worst things I've ever. I can't put into
See,
words just how awful this is.
It's probably how I feel about the hibiscus beers, because there's been a couple beers that we've tried to have hibiscus in it, and it's like walking into Belk and having them spray perfume down your throat.
What this tastes like is it's like some watered down vodka with grapefruit rind, like the peel. It's not even grapefruit.
Okay.
There might be a rose flavor. Oh, this is awful. I'm gonna keep drinking it though because I'm hot.
No, we had a lactose beer on Friday. It was a
I was about to say, because if you guys
raspberry.
haven't seen it, Mike's Pints and Pistons, which is on YouTube. Make sure you go check it out, look it up, because they just did an episode and a special guest, and it was pretty fucking awesome.
Fun fact: today I was driving Uber Eats and I wore my Pints and Pistons shirt on my route.
Marketing is important.
That's right. I got in front of
Yes.
all sorts of people today.
But Mike, you were saying about
No, it was a. I think I got the can in the trash can over here, but it was a raspberry lactose beer, and it tasted like strawberry Quicks. Like, it was delicious.
I was gonna say, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I was gonna say, that doesn't sound like a bad thing at all.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Huh.
Okay. And hello, Matt, in the chat. I'm gonna say vodka spritz, Coca-Cola and dark rum. That's rum and Coke. That's what I'm talking about.
Clayton, that sounds like a good combination. If they still make Jolt, I know where I could get it in town. I may have to look that. Rocket Fizz might carry it if it's still
Dear
around.
God.
They carry everything. So.
You talk about like wanting to wake up and wondering why the hell you're dying. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, now here's a good question. I get yelled at for. What's it called? Trauma dumping. Why can't I complain about my life? That was completely random out of left field.
Time and place. Time and place.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Next
All right.
on the guest list, we have
yes.
we have Amanda Weiss.
Who again, absolute darling.
No, yes, from Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. She's not the first death. I think she's the second.
Yeah, Tina.
More importantly, she broke Lane Meyer's heart in Better Off Dead.
Yep.
So she's a bitch, and we will always hold a grudge against her from that because Lane didn't deserve
when the blonde guys are always the bad guys.
Yes, the arrogant blonde guy. That's
always. Yep. And nobody can name whoever he was, but they just know because he was in the 80s. He's blonde. He was a bad guy.
Yep.
Simple like that. All right. And I know Robbie is excited for this one. Brian Krause from Charmed, for those of you that remember Charmed. That's absolutely awesome. And Return to the Blue Lagoon, of course, because,
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. You talk about, movies that haven't aged well, problematic things like that. Return to the Blue Lagoon is really borderline in a lot of places. It's like, why is this a thing? Young Mila Jovovich, she played the Brooke Shields role essentially.
Ah, yes.
First was Brooke Shields and what's his name?
Chris Atkins,
and then this was.
So personally, I would love to meet at a convention. I'm just saying, Petey, Chris Atkins, bring him in. I'm okay with it.
I'm saying bring in Mila, but don't else.
That too.
So that's Brian Krause. Again, don't
Dan got
watch.
to kill Amanda. Nice. Okay.
Don't watch Return to the Blue Lagoon. That's you'll get on a list. Don't watch the first one either. So.
Well, that's Anyway.
Okay, and hey,
that's
look,
a whole big thing. Yes,
we have
Brian
another
Krause,
guest.
So I was like, Brian Krause. We've got a bit of with him and Rose McGowan. We've got a bit of a Charmed.
We got a Charmed reunion. Absolutely.
We've got a Charmed reunion for those of you that are fans of Charmed. Hey, there's that fucker.
Hi, bitches.
How's the herpes?
Everywhere.
Nice. Good.
Good answer.
Fucking everywhere.
Good answer.
Perfect. Yes. Fan-fucking-tastic. How you doing? Oh yeah. So what are you guys drinking? What's going on? How you doing? Smile and nod.
Let me get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm drinking beer.
And then the last announcement they've made is,
which we all kind of knew. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, she leaked the announcement herself, but Danielle Harris and her fine
she
ass.
does a podcast with Scout. I'm brain farting.
Yeah, no, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, with Scout. Her and Scout do a fantastic podcast. If you haven't checked it out, you should. But yeah, they'll be there, and I believe, and it's no surprise because she already leaked it, they're doing a podcast. So,
And she may or may not be taking sexy pictures, or like she'll be wearing like a small outfit like she has in previous years for her custom
for the
photos.
photo op, for fanboys in the photo op.
Yeah, so she's done well with those in the past. So why break the tradition?
Absolutely, because she's like pocket size too. She's like this big.
She is
adorable.
pequeña.
Yeah, she's like a Funko Pop. She's like this big. But the one thing I want to say about guests though, and I think now this is for those of us. What happened?
The herpes got him.
The herpes got him. It does it every time. It just sneaks up right behind and wham, takes you out of commission. For people that haven't been to Spooky very often, this is a fantastic lineup. If you haven't, or if you've only been to Spooky a couple of times and you haven't met like Doug Bradley and Bill Moseley, that's fucking fantastic and wonderful. I am kind of wondering when we're getting those of us that have been around for a decade or more, where are we getting ours, huh? So some of the big names that haven't been to Spooky before. Keith David, I'm just saying.
Oh, there's a certain family that's gonna surprise everybody if they can make it happen, but I don't want to put that out there. It's out there, but
it's already out there. Well,
allegedly.
We talked about it. I think on the last episode we talked because Ozzy Osbourne, ladies and gentlemen, Ozzy Osbourne is doing
allegedly.
Well, he's not. He is doing.
They're on the con circuit now, so
so it is possible.
It's a thing.
Not just him; his whole family is now.
The whole family.
And we know
Jack was at Spookala, so yeah.
So you know what? Anything could happen, but it's like I'm just saying, to the spooky gods that be. I've already sacrificed my child for it. I mean, a little something for those of us. I mean, granted, we got Jenna Jameson and Harry Hamlin, and that's great.
Hold on, we need to talk about Matt's rice lager that he's drinking.
Oh, hello, yeah, hi, okay.
There's a. Have you guys had the Hachiko or Hachinko? It's the pink owl rice beer. It's
I have not.
Delight. It's a delight, and it's a very cute owl on the beer, and it's made with of rice. So
this is made by Beat Culture, which is out of Miami.
I like beets.
Oh. I don't like Miami.
I don't like beets actually. All right.
If you like Sapporo or anything like that, that's what that tastes like.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
But yes, the fact that Spooky dropped, half a dozen guests, bam, that's actually pretty fucking cool. And they're not even done. So.
Oh no, nowhere near.
Yeah. So I mean, any guesses or speculation on who else possibly? Just. Or
I'm gonna say Daryl Hannah's gonna show up.
That'd be awesome. I'll find an eye patch.
I would be down with Daryl Hannah for a movie called Dancing at the Blue Lagoon. Dancing at the Blue Iguana. I'm sorry. Dancing at the Blue Iguana. If you haven't seen it, you should. Fucking fantastic. Yeah,
Splash.
I would be the only one in line for that. What?
Splash.
Dancing at the Blue Iguana. Trust me. But
I was
Kill Bill.
going to say Blade Runner or
Udo Kier. Just saying. Udo Kier. Anyway. So, Mike, who would you want to see come? Who is just throw out a name?
I was just thinking about that, like who that like hasn't that I would love to see come. I mean, if they could,
I'd like to see Tom Sizemore. Oh,
yeah, wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
Can we get
his corpse?
But no, it's like the Osborne. It's like seriously, that would be a huge thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
just like getting Sigourney Weaver or any of those.
Yeah,
would be amazing.
There was a rumor years ago, and it's sort of that thing. Once Spooky tries to get someone, they never stop trying to get them. We just don't know. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. That's not as simple as them calling up and saying, "Hey, let's come to Spooky." It's not that simple. There's a lot of.
It's like the whole Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah, but there was a rumor years and years ago that Jessica Lange was thinking about it. I'm like, man, that you want to talk about me? Take my fucking money, Jessica Lange. I'll stand in line 6-7 hours, not even think twice.
But also, if it wasn't the 45th anniversary of Halloween, they probably could have thrown their money at Jamie Lee Curtis. But she's going to be doing it's the same weekend.
Interesting.
In Pasadena for the the big 45-year Halloween show. And so she only does one show a year, and she does it for charity. So that's going to be the one she picks.
Yeah, of course. They get precedence.
Yeah.
You know, the one big one that I'm realistically hoping for is I'm hoping for the Boulet brothers. That would just make my life. And if you guys haven't seen Dragula, you're fucking missing out. Every season is fucking fantastic. Or even anyone from Boulet Brothers Dragula. I'm just.
If they were to announce the television cast for What We Do in the Shadows, that would be huge.
That would be huge as well.
That would be wonderful.
And if you haven't started watching the new season, it's fucking great.
I was gonna say, I think we're like 3 seasons behind or something.
I prefer the movie personally, but it's one of those things. If you like the movie, you don't like the show, and vice versa. That seems to
I like it all. It's all wonderful. Can't go wrong with Matt Berry. That dude is hilarious.
I was going to say, I love Matt Berry because of Disenchantment or Disenchanted.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays such a good pig.
There's also a show called The Watch, which is a Terry Pratchett show. Takes place on Discworld, and he plays a sword.
Interesting.
He's the voice of a sword.
I could actually see that. That's actually good casting.
Yeah. That's on the Plex, too, if you want to watch it. The Watch.
Interesting. I like that. Now, interesting thing, you know, and as far as the movies, everything's been dwarfed by Barbie. So one of the things that we started talking about, and we'd love to hear from the audience as well, what we will probably see at Spooky this year. What do you think the popular costumes are going to be? And of course, there is going to be Barbie zombie, Barbie everything. I think it's going, you know, a lot of Barbie mashups and a lot of pink. I think there's going to be a lot of pink, like pink ghost faced, you know, pastel Freddy, whatever. I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, there will be. I think we are going to see the pink variations. Not necessarily, you know, much more than that, but it'll be Barbie pink. We'll probably see someone who'll try to do a pink version of a Freddy Krueger sweater.
I'm actually curious about that.
I think, yeah, you'll get the pink hockey mask for Jason.
Yeah, there will be the Barbie Jasons.
Oh, Rick hasn't started doing that yet?
Rick, come on.
Oh, Randy, fuck you. He just said zombie Barbie Quinn.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Bring that up, or like a Barbie Wednesday.
Oh my God, a Barbie Wednesday. Now there's an idea.
Maybe Thursday or Tuesday.
Okay, that's really interesting.
How about Barbie Mrs. Roper?
You know what? We have thought we're not sure necessarily when or where, but there is going to be a gathering of Mrs. Roper at Spooky. So keep an eye on the OG page because we're going to be announcing details for that. There's going to be a bunch of.
Gotta go shopping still.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking awesome.
You know what? I'm really
Momo's
surprised we
Ross
haven't
are
seen
always-
an Alf puppet or that at Spooky yet.
Well,
Like,
Molly
just
Zombie
trying
is
to
in the chat. You know, talk to them about doing an Alf.
Yeah. Molly could be dressed up like Mrs. Roper, and he could be Mr. Roper. That would be awesome. See, there you go.
Interesting. That would be interesting.
That was a good question. Does Alf do conventions?
Alf. Is that guy still around?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Is that guy dead?
No,
I
the
think
puppet.
Hold on.
The voice?
Oh no, wait. I think
I don't remember who voiced
the
him.
dad. I think it was
Well,
the.
I know he
dad.
wanted to be Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie is dead. The actor who played Hey Willie. You know,
Yeah.
that
That's
guy's
what I
dead.
thought.
Kid's
Hey,
still
Willie,
around.
the elf guy. I thought he was dead. Yeah, he's dead, right?
I'm sure the kids are still around.
Probably.
I guess.
That seems like something that would be at like Chiller Theater. Because that's the type of guests they get, are those random, weird, old school,
70s, 80s,
random
very
stuff.
retro, which personally I would love that vibe brought to Florida. I'm just
Mm.
saying. That would be
His
awesome.
name is Paul Fusco, and yes, he is still alive, by the way.
Baby, get him on the phone.
All right.
All right. Well, the next thing is, Code Orange, because those of us that are Halloween shoppers, I gotta say, this year, I'm not thrilled with the trends.
Wait, can I? One last thing, and we'll move on from
please.
Alf. But apparently, As Alf, he appeared on an episode of Matlock. So, okay.
That's awesome.
Surprised he hasn't been on the Goldbergs.
Oh, yeah.
They bring everything back from the 80s.
All
I
right.
got nothing. Okay. Smile and nod. Okay. Oh yeah, Code Orange. Sorry. The big trend this year, and it seems to be everywhere, like Barbie, it's Pinkoween. Everywhere you walk into, there's pink skulls and pink pumpkins and pink skeletons, and there's just pink everything. You know, the viral thing is like this pink ghost blanket that everybody wants, which I really do not fucking get. But it seems everywhere you go into, whether it's Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, there's a display of pink. And for some people, that's their thing. Hey, if that's you, good on you. But I'm just saying.
We went into Big Lots today to pick up a picture frame for something, and they were actually starting to put out their Halloween stuff. And they had some. They hadn't gotten all like their animatronics or inflatables and all that out yet, but they were starting to put out a lot of like the decor stuff. And they had some pretty nice things. One of the ones that, if it was just a little bit better quality, we would have got. It was a big like coffin, like welcome sign, but it's welcome on it.
Yeah, that would be me. Go away. Yeah.
Big Lots. Their stuff is definitely on the cheaper end, but every year they always come out with a couple things that are like, well, this isn't bad. This is actually. Yeah. And if you like animatronic, like small animatronic dead babies, they have a lot of they've got the lockdown on zombie babies.
That and Spirit.
They got a new one of like this evil like dead baby riding a tricycle that they didn't have last year. That looks real. It's actually really nice looking.
I love that.
They also have a new skeleton on a toilet.
Oh, good.
Okay, this is the conversation Rob and Mike need to have, because Rob is always the one asking, why is there a skeleton drinking coffee on a laptop on a toilet? Always. He's always, if there's a skeleton sitting on a toilet.
Why not?
It just seems unnecessary on several levels.
Yeah, but the dog skeletons and cat skeletons have ears.
I hate no. Oh, you want to fucking get me started?
There you go. You said it. You push the button.
Goddamn octopus skeleton! It's an invertebrate.
See, I did just see a new one today that we're gonna have to go to our nearest Tractor Supply to get. Tractor Supply has a little cow skeleton, and it's actually really cool looking, and it's got the horns, but it's really cool looking. Sabrina saw it, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to get that." And it's decent size too, probably like 2.5 feet tall, probably 3 feet long, and that. So a decent sized one. It looks pretty, and it's actually looks well put together too.
Veal.
Yeah.
Because every time Rob is in a store and sees like the animal skeletons, no matter what, he bitches about it constantly. Gets him.
Yeah, the Tyrannoskeleton skeleton is the other.
Yeah, it's not anatomically correct. All the time. It's not all the time.
The shark skull they've got. It's like, okay, you can get the teeth. That's about it.
That's real.
Yeah. See, when it's real, it's something else.
And on that note, Matt mentioned, the little baby animatronics are at Spirit. Spirits are now open.
Yes.
They will still be opening for the next couple of weeks, but, odds are if you've got a Spirit, you probably have a Spirit that's open near you right now.
I'm going to go check tomorrow.
The Dark Carnival theme is a big thing, so a lot of the big animatronic clowns, if you've got, and I forget what it was, a culture phobia or something like that fear of clowns, don't go in, because the animatronics are all right up front and spooky, scary clowns.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if the West Oaks Mall one's open tomorrow.
Yeah, no, and just keep in mind they're open, but they are not anywhere near their full stock yet.
Oh yeah,
they're not going to have be at full stock for at least a month. They and last year they were really slow, actually, kind of ramping up. So I suspect that'll be the case again this year, as the world situation of manufacturing of cheaply made Halloween items is still kind of where it was last year.
Yeah.
I did get the full-size proton pack for my birthday from Spirit, though.
Really?
So wrote about that. Yeah.
Nice.
Still in its box. It's sitting over there. I'm not taking it out.
I got this.
What is that?
This is my spooky mermaid bust.
Okay,
Very
I'm
cool.
going to need a little more than that.
It's a statue of a mermaid, but instead of hair, she has tentacles and a spider. And I don't really know why I bought it. I had some friends who I thought might want it, and people were like, "Ooh!" And so, if anyone wants this, let me know. Reach out because I will happily pass it on.
But why a spider?
Why not?
Mind your own business, goddammit. All right, hold on. This is heavy.
But yeah, one of the things, if you're in Central Florida and near Sanford, there is a store called HomeSense that just
Lake
opened
Mary.
up. Or Lake Mary, sorry, Lake Mary, that just opened up. HomeSense, which is kind of the UK's answer to Home Goods. So, but they also have while they have the same stuff, they also have different stuff as well. Perfect example, let's see. This baby right here. I mean, this is full marble, great cutting board. Yeah, I love this.
Nice.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. And it was only $17, so that was fucking cool. And
Really?
then,
Not
well,
bad.
I had to have this. Again, like less than $20, with, that's metal there. That's, oh, I love it.
So now I need to start slicing cheese
Yes.
and, whatever
Slice
you use a cutting
anything
board
on
for.
But yeah, Ross is getting their stuff out. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, At Home, Bath and Body
Yeah,
Works, as we know.
Pretty much everything other than the box stores have their stuff
Yes.
out, or will have it out in the next couple of weeks.
I was at Lowe's a couple days ago. They had the animatronic drummer and
Yeah.
guitarist on display, but that was all they had so far.
We were there not 2 days ago, and they had that. They had like an animatronic scarecrow, the 9-foot zombie.
The 9-foot
Mhm.
zombie was very cool. It was just like
It is
pulling
huge.
braids back and forth. I did love
Yeah.
that.
So
My Home
that-
Depot doesn't have anything yet.
Yeah.
Walmart, I was just there today. They still have school
Back to
stuff.
school
So
stuff.
that's for another week or two.
They're always the last ones to get everything.
You got another week or two, and then they'll have their stuff out.
Yeah. Well,
Cracker
sometimes
Barrel
they
has
release
their
it in the
stuff.
garden section first, and then they bring it out front, but they didn't have anything out there.
And if we could have a group fuck you, I would just like to say that Hobby Lobby already has their
Dude.
Christmas stuff out.
Dude.
They got to
So-
curb that Satan Halloween shit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Devil's birthday. Ooh,
Even though they
whatever.
sell it.
I'd like to compliment Dan on the joke of the evening, a Ouija cutting board. Have you ever mistakenly cut up a demon?
Okay.
Well
One-
done. Well
Yeah,
done.
one of the things I did, and those of you that know me will get this. I saw this, and I think it was at Ross. It was a skeleton with a cello, but I had to do it, and I don't know if you can actually see. I had to paint it black and green because, and I'm basically gonna make him into Peter Steele, but it's like, yeah, it's really cool with a big bass.
If only AJ was watching, someone would really appreciate that.
AJ's at Monster Mania with Keith David, who's like, apparently he's right across the hall from Keith David. I'm like, if you don't bring Keith David back with you, then we're just gonna have words.
I'm going to need a video chat message in his Spawn voice or Goliath or any other voice because it's the same voice.
Because
I just need something. I need something.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely very, very much not happy about that. But yeah, so that's the stuff. There's all sorts of cool stuff there. Like
Somebody threw away good white boy.
Yeah. But
Well, I think this brings us to the topic for tonight's episode.
yes.
So this was brought up. Was it brought up in Reddit?
No, this was actually Welcome to Creepy
TikTok.
Camp. If you're on TikTok, look up Welcome to Creepy Camp. They're local guys. They do a great podcast. Reviewing new horror movies. Blah blah blah. They're wonderful guys. Welcome to Creepy Camp. They came up with the question. So continue.
Yeah, well, and the question is basically, what fear was introduced to you? Okay, if you go ahead.
You're saying it wrong. Okay, think of a horror movie scene that unlocked a fear for you that you didn't have before. For example, Final Destination. Anytime any of us are behind the log truck on a highway, that's the thing that goes through our head. And so we don't stop. That's an example, So just think of a horror movie that didn't necessarily create a fear for you, but gave you a fear you didn't realize you had.
No, it's literally the same thing. It's either or. It still fits. If it's you developed a fear because of something you saw in a horror movie.
Yeah, or not necessarily a fear, but you're just like, okay, fuck that. Yeah. I'll tell you, for me, it wasn't necessarily a movie, but technically, I guess People Under the Stairs kind of counts. You saw this trend on YouTube a while ago of homeless people living in crawl spaces in your apartment. Fuck no. I've got a crawl space. Anytime I hear a noise, I'm convinced there's some fucking homeless fucker up there smoking crack or something. No.
I have had to get up at night, get out a ladder.
Oh yeah.
Go look up.
There is something with. Yep. I am convinced, because if these homeless people can live in this little 5x5 crawl space above an apartment that nobody knows about, you know what? They can have a field day up there. I could have a fucking family and I wouldn't know it. Nope.
Raccoons.
Could be.
It's squirrels and stuff on the roof. We just hear the sound travels down.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it was.
Doesn't matter. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm hearing noises. I'm convinced somebody's up there going in my kitchen without me knowing about it. Mm-mm. So everybody's got like something like that.
I don't, actually.
What they call like Cujo, you know?
I was gonna actually say The Omen and Rottweilers.
Ooh, good one.
You know, I was always like I was Doberman Pinschers were always scary dogs. But you know, if I saw Roddy on the street, I never really worried until I saw The Omen. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta think twice now.
I'd be like the what was it, the grizzly man. I just don't care when it comes to dogs. I'm just like, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm. Even with the Cujo,
so if I get mauled, you'll know why. I'm that guy.
You know, for the record, the only bad encounter,
bigger and scarier, the better.
Yeah, the only bad encounter I've had with a dog, at least as an adult, are the little tiny ones.
Oh God!
No. Things. I've been attacked by little tiny white dogs twice.
Little fucking footballs.
And it's like the last one. Honestly, it ripped the hell out of my leg because I was trying to keep my leg between it and my dog because my dog would have killed that dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, their problem. They should have the dog on a leash.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah.
And it would have been a lesson learned for about 3 seconds before that dog died. So,
yeah. But I mean, like for some people, Friday the 13th, you know, it's like if they're camping, they're not going to go in the water. You know, it's like I wouldn't have thought about it before, but after that, oh yeah, no, I'm good. You know, everybody.
See, things like that turned into like loves for me. Like when I was 10 years old, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 3 for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't sleep for a week. I was too scared to go to sleep. Slept on my parents' floor for a week. And now it's like my all-time favorite movie. Mm-hmm. Jaws, when I was a kid, fucked with me a little bit. I had nightmares like he would come through the floor and attack and whatever. But it's not. I'll still go and I want to go cage diving. You know, none of that bothers me. So there's really nothing that freaks me out. It's like when I'm walking through like horror nights and all that stuff, and they're trying to scare me, and I just look at them and I laugh at them.
Oh yeah.
Like, nice try.
I'm just like,
but your costume looks great.
Yeah, they hate me at haunts because I'm always like, you're so cute.
Yeah, and so I don't really. I mean, I guess Serpent in the Rainbow and being put in a coffin, that would be. Being alive and put in a coffin would scare the fuck out of me. That would kill me.
I lived in Miami as long as I did. Do not fuck with Haitians. Do not piss off Haitians.
Yeah, so I think maybe that one is the only real fear that I have. I mean, drowning is basically just water claustrophobia. But I don't mind going swimming. But you put me in a small space like a coffin. I mean, I own a coffin and I've laid in it before, but there's no way I could stay in there for any amount of time.
You know, now that reminds me, there was a movie with, the douchebag adult from Holes when he was a kid. I can't remember his name now.
Shia
LaBeouf, that's right. And basically, the whole movie is a scenario where it's a very rare case, but some people, they will get anesthesia for like surgeries, but their brain still doesn't shut off. So their body is paralyzed. They can't breathe without the device, but they can still see. They can still hear.
God, that would suck.
Serpent in the Rainbow. Nope.
That would suck.
Yeah, so that's and then where I think the movie took it to the extra horror level was they were actually like two of the doctors were considering killing him, like they were like for his organs or something like that. But again, he's alive and can hear the whole thing, so it's
don't lie.
And all you see is him with a tear.
Mhm.
That's
you
it.
know what that's the thing. Most of the movie, it's actually shot from his viewpoint,
Oh,
so it's just
kind of
shot,
like
right.
Johnny Got His Gun, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that movie? Was it Ryan Reynolds that was in Buried? Was that the movie where he's buried alive and it's like the whole movie is him trying to get out of the coffin?
I don't think I've heard of that one.
I think it's called Buried. I think it was Ryan Reynolds.
Okay,
Have to
Well,
look
in the
that
chat, we've got Allison who brought up Pet Cemetery.
That's a good one.
Showed Emmett that movie 2 years ago and told him this is why we have a big ass front yard away from the street. Moving
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, for me, Pet Cemetery, it would be being scared that someone's under the bed and going to slice my Achilles heel. That would be mine.
So Clayton mentioned hate and fear, being utterly alone with no one else to talk to after the pilot for Twilight Zone. Where is everybody?
That's I can see that.
See, mine was teeth.
Well, go
Scared
ahead,
the
Mike.
fuck out of me.
Mike, go ahead.
Oh, teeth. That's a
Yes.
fear. No,
That's an irrational fear,
Nope.
sir.
Nope.
Completely
That-
irrational. Never
Yeah.
gonna happen.
But then also for living so close to where the movie was shot, Jeepers Creepers, driving down that road at night. Do not like driving down that road at night.
Yeah,
At all.
gotta do it.
Even during the day, I don't like driving down that road.
Yeah. That
Dan
would be
mentioned
good.
when he was 8, he saw Dr. Phoebes. I swore he was mad because I saw the movie. The next day at school, Dr. Forbes came to do eye tests. I was kind of freaked.
Ooh, understandable. Yeah.
All right, so that's a list.
So, I mean, well, Rob, what was yours?
Well, I mentioned the Omen with
Oh, yeah, the Omen and Rottweilers. Yeah.
Rottweilers. You know,
Now that Matt mentioned it, no, absolutely, Serpent in the Rainbow. Mm-mm.
Don't blow any dust in my face, and I don't want to wake up somewhere where I don't want to be.
you know, we had a friend a while back, and I can't remember what movie she attributed it to, but she had a fear of boat propellers.
Oh, yeah. Was it Ghost Ship? Might have been Ghost Ship.
I don't know. Somebody got chopped up in a boat propeller, and apparently that had ill.
Well, see, I see that all the time here. Like 3 or 4 weeks ago, we had right when scallop season opened up. Someone blew past a diver flag and all that, and cut both the guy's legs off, and
Wow.
right down the road from me. And so I can understand that fear. That's why I don't go into the water. No.
But that's exactly my point. You know, you see a movie and you're just like, all right, not going in the water anymore. I'm good. Yeah.
Did Spooky have this one year where I think they did? Either that or I saw it somewhere else, but it was like a coffin that you would pay to get into with the
I wish it
camera.
came back. That actually would be
And
great for our
Take
next.
around and drop
That's
around.
the only thing you'll never, ever, ever get me to do. Ever. No, thank you.
Loaded into. It was supposed to simulate like you got put into the coffin, loaded into the back of the hearse, like driven to the
They
thing,
put
like
their
you bump
smells of
around.
turkey inside
Okay, yeah. And I was standing there going, nope, no, thank you.
Amazing. I loved it. And you know what? I would love for that to come back because I know there's people like Matt that know they wouldn't do it. I loved it.
And
I'll sit there and watch the screen all day long and laugh at everybody, but I'm not doing it.
Were they giving people videos of themselves in the coffin? Okay, just if I remembered that correctly. Yeah, that's.
No, that actually goes great into our next topic, though, because we were going to talk about, okay, and we've said this 50 million times before, but when it comes to spooky, if you're coming just for the guest, you're missing the whole point of the event. Now, hang out with people like us, of course, is fantastic, but spooky goes above and beyond those places where they just have an autograph room and a dealer's room and that's it. But no, they've got the film festival, they've got tattoos, they've got a haunt this year, which is fucking awesome. I mean, Rob, did you dig up details on the, speaking of coffins?
Couldn't find anything about it.
There is a haunt that's going to be at Spooky. We've shared it on the page. We will share it again. Hello, baby. I got distracted.
Say hi, Hoopy. You say hi, Hoopy.
our beautiful mascot. But they do. They're going to have music bands, of course. They've had Muckle Bones before. I would love for them to bring back the guy that did the coffin rides, because that was fucking fantastic, and I'd love it to do it
And
again.
he fit the bill perfectly. I mean, he was creepy. He did like, the whole acting of it really, really well.
Yeah, the coffin was fantastic, and because you get the sounds piped in, the thump of dirt being poured on you, and you get the smell of dirt inside of it. So yeah, if you're claustrophobic, it would fuck with you big time. But it was absolutely fantastic. I hope the guy comes back. But they do have a lot of things like that at Spooky, and I'm sure they're going to start announcing them soon as they, with all the guests that they've been announcing. But yeah, keep an eye on the page, because yeah, they've really got some cool stuff planned. I'm looking forward to see more of it. I would love to see Muckle Bones come back. That would be fucking awesome.
I would like pinball to come back.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be awesome too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
The Free Play Florida, I think, has gotten so big on its own that they don't need to do guest spots at other cons to get people to come in. But here's to them. They do that, and plus there's all sorts of really great horror pinball tables that are coming out on a pretty regular basis. I think there's a Stranger Things one. Actually, there's a really cool one about to launch.
Okay.
You know how most pinball tables are? They've got the video screen. They're much more interactive than they used to be.
Oh yeah, with like the TV screen on the bottom and the TV screen up top.
Yeah, exactly. So there's very much an electric, like a video component to the game. Well,
they're like a propeller accent. That's right, Sleepaway Camp.
They're putting together a Pulp Fiction pinball, but it's like what they've done with it. They're making it a retro pinball, like a 90s, like an 80s, or even earlier pinball. But they're making it as like the most jazzed up pinball table you could make using older tech.
Interesting.
So
a lot of wire.
Yeah, it looks really, really good, and it's for people who don't like those, all the bells and whistles of new pinball. This would be, very much up somebody's alley. But I also know they're doing a very limited run of them, so for even the collectors, you're like, this ain't gonna be cheap.
$5-10 grand easily.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, probably more.
I would think.
Yeah, no. What I think will be really interesting. I would love to see video games come back, because I still have this fantastic memory. And Rob, you remember this? Was it Manhunter? Jason said
Manhunt 2.
Manhunt 2.
Great game.
Video games there. Can you imagine just walking in and Leatherface is playing Elvira pinball or something? That would be fucking fantastic.
Dan, I'm sorry when I said 90s retro. I did mean 80s or earlier, but 90s. The fact is, 30 years ago.
Shut up.
I know. Also,
what would be cool too is to set up a room and set up a bunch of VR horror and have like a VR horror arcade.
Yeah,
that would be fucking awesome.
That room's gonna smell after about 2 hours.
Taking shit everywhere.
Yes.
Half of it for me.
But how much fun, man! Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, I've got my Oculus sitting in my living room, and we play every so often. And getting a whole room, like you could get 10 different people in there to play 10 different games, because you're totally immersed, and just the screams coming out of that room would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, it would be amazing. And I know Boris has like a good handle on a lot of that. So Petey, I'm just saying, if you tap Boris, But speaking of the smell, just a nice little product placement here. And we've talked about this before, because we all know it's fucking balls hot, disgusting outside. It's like 109 every goddamn day. And
my nuts are like a goddamn Orange Julius machine. It's just dripping.
I love the visual.
I smell absolutely horrible right now, and I'm glad that you're not able to smell me, because I've been working outside for a good portion of the day, and
that'll be me tomorrow.
Yeah, I smell horrible.
Perhaps if you had a Kettle One botanical vodka spritz, grapefruit and rose, you would feel cool and refreshed.
No, I'd probably feel sick.
Yeah.
But in
I'm very disappointed in myself.
Yeah, we talked about this before, but Carpe, we talked about Carpe before, but the groin powder, which absolutely works. And for ladies, and I know y'all know what I'm talking about, under boob sweat, or even some of the guys, moobs, take it too. But yeah, this stuff actually stops you from sweating. I'm not even kidding. Because like I've actually done it myself. I was like, fuck it, I don't want to wear a bra anymore. This stops under boob sweat. I'm just saying. This stuff is fantastic. The underarm wipes. I'm telling you, it's groin powder, but this shit fucking works. If you don't want to stink, go to was it mycarpe.com, pick up some stuff, and bring it to Spooky because we don't want y'all smelling.
No.
And we're gonna promote it every goddamn show because y'all fuckers
And
stink.
don't wear patchouli, fuckers.
This is not patchouli scented, just so you know. This is, I think, white jasmine, which is nice.
Just for that, I'm gonna get a patchouli bomb and throw it at your table.
Oh, and then I'll fucking
And
find your
I'll
room
have
and
popcorn.
fucking fill it with fart spray, bro. Don't play me.
Hey, my first job was at Spencer's. I'm immune to that shit.
Oh, not the stuff I can find.
But no, Allison did ask a good question, though. It's like as far as the strikes and how they're going to affect the Q&As. That's actually a very good question. Rob, I think you found some information on that,
Well,
didn't you?
it's a little inconclusive. The general rule seems to be if you are a working actor, member of SAG, you are not allowed to talk about your current acting projects, your upcoming acting, upcoming or past.
See, that's where I
That's the
don't
gray
know
area.
because when I was at SharkCon and we had Lou Gossett Jr. and Leah Thompson there, they were able to talk about everything from the past, Back to the Future, Jaws 3, where they started, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they weren't allowed to talk about any current projects or anything that's coming up that they may be doing. So
Yeah,
that was literally the day after the strike started. So maybe there's more rules now.
Yeah, I will say this: it's a little on the inconclusive side. That's why I was kind of saying because we have our own little group chat for us when we talk about show stuff, and we brought this up. And I was even thinking like, well, this just means they're going to bring in more, musicians. We're going to get, Duff McKagan's going to show up. I don't know.
Shit, I'd be okay with Duff. I'd love to. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's the reality is we don't really know. I mean, I think most people are hoping it will be wrapped up by the time late October rolls around. I'd be shocked if it lasted that long.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to be digging their heels in a little harder than usual this go around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you think they need to get their money, man. It's like with AI and everything they're doing right now. Like if you watched,
absolutely,
if you watched Secret Invasion, Marvel Secret Invasion, that entire intro was done with AI, which means it didn't cost them shit. So no graphic artist, no, like when I did the intro for this, that was all done through AI, and nobody's getting paid for that.
Exactly.
So you just type in a description, and that's it.
Didn't we talk about it on the show, or I forgot who we talked about it with?
We might have talked about it last week. I thought we did, but I couldn't remember.
Like how they made him look younger and all that by using like bits and pieces of like his older movies and all that, and that was all AI done. Like
yeah, it still sucks.
Well,
compared to what like real deep fake people can put together,
like
and get paid for.
Like the crazy shit of like they were able to do that, and it knocked how many people out of a job by just doing that.
Yeah. So that's what it's all about right now is that, and with the screenwriters, it's the same thing because you could put in a synopsis for a film and it'll write you a script. You just go back through and redo what needs to be fixed. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But it'll give you the full layout of the whole movie, and then you just go back and change a couple of things, and you didn't do half the work.
Yeah.
I know they're actually like with the school district, like they're figuring out things with that, with kids using it for like essays and paper, that stuff. Like it's full on. They can just type in, "Hey, I have an essay about this," and boom, next thing you know, they have a whole entire essay, and they didn't have to do it.
They didn't do shit. No.
Yeah, not even have to research anything. Just literally just type that in, boom.
Well, and also there's a thing I heard about the other day about AI where it's like AI hallucinations, where it's like, yeah, it's using the whole internet as the database and all that stuff, but it's still making shit up. It sounds real, but some of that shit ain't real. And it's getting into students' papers, and it's getting, there was even a lawyer who didn't bother doing his case. He left it to AI.
Really?
And and it had some fake references to court cases that never existed. And he got fined. I think he was barred from the bar. He got his license taken away and all this shit. So, yeah.
I use ChatGPT in my job, or I briefly did.
Well, Randy's, just read Randy's comment.
Yeah, no, and they had ChatGPT write a LinkedIn profile, that's a good use of it. That's a good,
that's
a
fine.
good use of it.
Yeah.
Company I work for does, like, we kind of do, it's really niche stuff for the legal industry. It's like we write reports and do stuff for like Dan Newlin and plaintiff attorneys and ambulance chasers and other. It's real niche stuff. And I've tried to use ChatGPT to write, certain blogs and flyers for me, and it looks really good until you go back and read it and you're like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Like, this is literally useless.
Yeah.
So it's it's not to, I don't want to go down this hole. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I know, but just
okay.
imagine what's going to happen in 5 years is all.
Yeah, as it gets better.
Exactly.
Once it gets better.
It's going to be interesting, considering this is a very heavy show. Like, we've got Tom Savini, we've got V. Neal, we've got all these, these big names that are actually, do these great practical effects. It'll be wonderful to hear their experience because they're at ground zero with all this. They're up close and personal with all this in the industry and seeing where it's going to go. So I would love to hear what they have to say about all this.
Especially with Greg Nicotero being there, because like he's the forefront. Like, that's the guy.
That's the guy. Yeah. And again, I mean, we're hoping the strike and stuff will be over by then, but that's the person that, especially at a Q&A, that's especially the thing you want to ask.
All right. Well, let me real quick, do your quick plugs for yourselves, because we've got the game.
Up something. Okay.
But I want to.
Well, first of all, we're very.
He's probably chat. He's going to give us a new outro.
Yes,
AI outro. Get me out of a fucking job.
But no, we were already talking about Mike and Pints and Pistons, and y'all should know where to follow them. And if you haven't, you should. They just did a great show. Just saying.
The 18th is our 5-year anniversary.
That's important. Cinco de Mayo. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, our sponsor, Freak Show Design, our Freak Show Unlimited, not Freak Show Designs, Freak Show Unlimited. So what do you guys got going on?
Just waiting on the contract now, but Vlad's Revenge is now going to be Vincent Price's Sauce of the Red Death.
Please inform the audience. We need Vincent Price. You've got my attention.
Oh yeah, I've got working on a contract with Victoria Price right now on a hot sauce. So she wanted to do one of the hottest ones I do, because Vincent Price was a cook and a chef and all that stuff, and he loved cooking, and she wanted to do something super spicy. So we're taking that, and it's going to be. Yeah, it's called Vincent Price's Sauce of the Red Death. So it's got his picture on it, and it's officially licensed. So unfortunately, prices are going to go up a little bit because I got to cover that license fee. So there's that. I'm waiting on a okay from Damien on the Terrifier hot sauce, which will be, which one did we pick for that? Oh, the Blood Orange. That'll come back as Terrifier hot sauce.
Interesting.
And I'm also waiting on a George Romero one as well.
How high on the Scoville?
It's Reaper roasted garlic, so you take your pick.
Billion.
It's up there. So Scoville means shit. So yeah, if you've had the Vlad's Revenge, it's the same sauce. It's just being relabeled for the price state.
I've got Vlad's Revenge sitting in my refrigerator, and I will never touch it again. I just can't do it.
We're also, since I'm working with the George Romero Foundation as well, we're in the process of trying to get a sauce for that too. And Voodoo's probably going to be the one that changes to Sauce of the Living Dead. I'm just waiting on the okays for all that too. So.
And so where can people find updates and everything about your products and what you got going on?
Just keep an eye on our Facebook right now. I haven't had time to get the website updated.
Too busy with the sauces.
I'm just too busy with like real life work. Once we can quit our jobs and fucking get the hell out of this state, everything will be much easier. Oh yeah. Have we not said anything?
I'm looking at the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I've used the last dab in my morning coffee. Wow. Okay.
Oh, good for you. Pepper X. Goodness. But yeah, Freak Show Unlimited will be moving our base of operations up to probably upstate New York here, probably early next year. So
take advantage while they are still here and they're local guys.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to pay for a lot of shipping.
Yeah.
But you're going to start seeing us at like Chiller Theater and Horror Hound and all the stuff around New England.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plan, at least.
All right, so Rob, what do we got there?
Well, let me tell you what we got.
Uh-oh.
We're playing the Cameo game.
I see what you did there.
It's got a theme song now.
I see what you did there. Okay.
I do have to say he has one of the best cod pieces ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right up there with David Bowie.
But before we get to the Cameo game, two things, because there's a fantastic news story that's kind of making its way that I just learned about this morning.
Okay.
First of all, if you're not familiar with Cameo, it's a service that you can contact a celebrity of your choice, and they've got a couple thousand. Some are legitimate celebrities, big musicians, actors, and athletes, and then down to YouTubers.
Yeah.
And Gary Busey.
Just general jack-offs who think they whatever. Anyway, and so for a fee that ranges anywhere from $5.
Jesus is on Cameo. Just saying.
$5 to $5,000, you can get a short video, and you can either have it personalized for yourself or for a friend, loved one as a gift. Normally, I like to share a video of Gary Busey as the kind of to demonstrate. Gary's aren't as entertaining as they used to be because ever since he got into that trouble for the touchy no at another
wait. Trouble for touchy? What are you talking about?
It was about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, but Gary Busey got arrested for sexual assault or something of that nature at a convention.
Oh, this is me dying of not surprised.
Yeah. So anyway,
surprise face.
Here's what I learned today. Apparently, people are buying cameos and sending them to their significant others to break up with them.
Yes.
And apparently, Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray is really popular for this.
That's amazing.
I can totally see that too.
That's totally amazing. Oh my God.
So before we get to the Cameo game, I wanted to throw this out to you. Not saying, I know everyone here is happily married, happily partnered up.
Yeah.
To the chat, this extends to you though. If you had to end a relationship, maybe your ex, the last one you had that wasn't so good, what celebrity would you want to break up with your ex?
You know what? Tommy
Ron
Lee.
Perlman.
Ron Perlman, good.
Have you seen when he goes after DeSantis on his chats and stuff? Oh, he's fucking awesome.
He's amazing.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman for sure.
Yeah, so, no, I'd want Tommy Lee just because he'd go off on some crazy dude, kind of, and I'd be there for it. How about you, Mike?
He would just be like, "You're done. You're done."
Yeah.
I'd probably have to go with Clownvis.
Oh my God.
I would totally have Clownvis send a breakup message to somebody.
Drunk Jesus would be good too.
Dude, oh my God. Oh, see, now I need to do that. I need to do that just because.
See, Allison just nailed it. When it's over, that's the time I fall in love. Yeah. Very good. I'd actually go with Nancy Grace.
Oh, interesting.
I just want someone so annoying and outraged and just talk such shit. How dare you? How dare you? That's
Fran Drescher.
Oh, Fran would be good.
Oh,
Fran would be a great breakup.
Yeah, Fran would be good. I like that.
I wonder if The Rock would do breakup messages.
Oh my,
The Rock's not on Cameo. Yeah, but
that'd be fun.
It's over.
Your dirty panties, turn them sideways and shove them straight up your game.
Well, see, that's what if you're gonna do that, you got to do, The Rock with Kevin Hart. The two of them together.
I
did
can't
like-
afford
Oh,
both
boy.
of them, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
all right. So anyway, I just thought that was a riot
That's
when I
funny.
heard that's
fucking hilarious. I'm
and
going
the
down
fact
that
that Mark McGrath was number one. My God.
Mark
bring
McGrath.
it. So, all right. So on that note, we are going to play the cameo game. And the way it works is I'm going to give you the name of a celebrity. You're going to tell me how much you think this person charges for a message, for a personalized message to your friends, loved ones, or enemies who would at least open up messages from you. First, he was sort of a spooky guest. He was a one-off, a surprise. He's also a professional wrestler. He's an actor. He's probably in a band because everyone's in a band. David Arquette.
Touche. Yeah. Okay.
350.
350 for David Arquette.
I'm gonna say 150.
150 from Dimension.
550.
550.
That's
Mike holds
okay.
David Arquette in amazing standing.
Yeah.
Randy has chimed in with $169. Allison also has said 150, so she's right there with Dementia.
Okay.
Let's see. And I will all right, we'll go ahead. David Arquette. Oh, wait, Allison's husband. That's always the husband always plays. God bless him.
Of course.
He's at 200. He usually does very well too, which is, just throwing it out there. He's
got a lot of irons in
this
the
He's on his
time-
laptop watching that instead of watching us.
Allison, for the record, the two of you need to start wagering on this.
I'd love to hear that. The bets.
Whether it's cleaning up something in the house or doing something humiliating in the bedroom, you guys need to start putting a wager on this. So, all right. Anyway, David Arquette. David Arquette is the winner of this. Is actually Allison and Demi. You guys have tied. He is at $100.
Wow.
Yeah, that seems about right.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
And he's
He's
going to
always
need
been a
the
very
Courtney Arquette.
low key.
The Courtney Arquette, matrimony or alimony is going to give out after a while.
That's true.
So, all right, next. This is one of Demi's favorites to ask to come to Spooky, and it never happens. It's Doug Jones.
Oh.
Doug Jones, who was, all the Guillermo del Toro movies. He was the original Mac Tonight in the McDonald's commercials.
Yeah.
75.
75.
He seems like a real nice guy, so I don't think he turns
right. I'm
on.
going to say 100.
100.
55.
55. Mike. All right. Allison has said 80. Dan is at 350. Randy's at 200. Have to wait for Allison's husband to find out who's getting pegged.
We need pictures. Or
No, we don't.
We don't need pictures.
I need pictures.
Okay. All right.
For me. Anyway.
Yeah, Doug Jones. We've asked for him for decades. It seems like at least 8. Oh, husband does not want to play anymore. Fair enough.
We win.
Mike, congratulations. You got this one. Doug is $60. So, Mike, you're a mere $5 off.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right.
I just wasn't sure if you had to pay any royalties to McDonald's or anything like that,
Well, he's not going to wear the Mac Tonight hat, face.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
That's true.
I think
right.
we need to we need to chip in and get Doug to put a message to Petey to bring him to Spooky.
Well, I already did that. If he wasn't in Niagara Falls, he'd be at Spooky.
Well, son of a bitch. Niagara Falls. Okay.
All right.
Like that girlfriend
Next on the list, she's one of my people I'd like to see at Spooky. She was the hostess of USA Up All Night. Rhonda Shear.
30.
Not a great actress, not great comedian, just hot. That's all she ever needed to be, but she was a good hostess, and she worked well for USA Up All Night. Also hosted one night a week by her, the other night by Gilbert Godfrey. May God rest his soul. Randy's at 50. $30 from Matt.
52.
52 from dementia.
65.
65. All right, from Mike. Allison's at 35. Dan is at 150. Mike, I think you won again. She's $99.
Interesting.
More expensive than Doug Jones.
Now,
You know, it's a lot of them basically price it for what's it worth, for me to do break out the ring light and do it.
see, they don't all do that. I mean, granted, I haven't looked in a while, which I will have to do so. There are some on there that were classic, like Vince Neil. Look up some of his cameos. It's basically him. Hey, happy birthday. Okay, cool, bye. That's it for like $400. That's what he would do.
My favorite were always Mick Foley's because his are great.
Mix are great.
Well, Mick is
Gary's
great.
used
Mick
to
is
be
a wonderful
good.
person.
Yeah, Dan, why she couldn't just charge? It makes her look like a deal. Makes her look like a deal at $99.
Yeah. There's some psychological shit.
That old marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Not $100.
Next, we have Edwin Neal, best known
Chainsaw
as the
Massacre.
hitchhiker in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
25, sir.
10.
25 for Edwin.
40.
40 for Edwin.
I said 10.
10 for Edwin. 99 for Randy. 30
Sorry,
for
$9.99 is what I meant to say.
All right. Oh, husband is playing again at 40. Mike, what did you say again?
40.
40. All right. So we've got a two-way tie at 40.
I suck at that.
Edwin Neal is $65.
Really?
A little high. What are you gonna do? Occasional spooky guests, the Grim Life Collective.
Which I hope they come back because they're like my cousins and like they've been there twice and I haven't seen them both times and yeah.
Matt is doing the DDP diamond cutter sign.
Vagina? What? Oh,
is
sorry.
that $100 or is that just
That's a vagina.
I like
That's what that is.
$10.
$10.
$10 for a vagina. 13. Just because 13 is a fun number.
13 for the Grim Life.
30.
30 from Mike. 25 Allison. 69 Randy.
Ha ha! See, yeah. Never mind. Matt and I have our own thing going on here.
All right.
Fuck, it's hot out here.
Is just on fucking fire tonight, everybody. Everyone should try to be like Mike. Grim Life is 50.
Wow.
Okay.
See, the success to excellence, or whatever, PBR.
You word really
Yes.
deep, Mike. You
Yes,
word
that's
very well.
exactly what I expect from PBR right there. All right, in our final of the night, you know him from E.T. and possibly Haunting of Hill House.
Ooh, I would love for him to come back.
Also in the independent film Suicide King, starring every other indie actor and Christopher Walken back in the day.
Steven Spielberg?
Henry Thomas.
Oh.
Henry Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
$250.
That's probably right. 300. Just because he's kind of hot right now.
I'm gonna go 275.
275. Allison's at 150. Also, Allison was concerned about Mike. Are you okay? 125. Allison's husband. Dan's at 75. Randy's at 150. Folks, it really doesn't matter what you say because Matt had it on the penny. It was 250 for Mr. Henry Thomas.
Yeah. Sounds like that sounds about right.
And there we go. That is the game. Congratulations to Mike for
Word up.
Yeah. And Mike, of course, gets the vagina award. Without teeth. Without teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Mark's getting paid. That's hilarious.
Okay. Nothing.
Yes. Google it. Getting pegged. Yes. You sweet
Wait.
summer child. You
Wait,
sweet
hold
summer
on.
child.
We need to know if Allison's looking forward to night now, or if Mark's just moving out tonight. Either way.
Yes, definitely Google. Yeah, with images.
You ever see the first Deadpool?
Oh yeah. Happy Women's
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Forgot about
International Women's Day.
that. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. We love you. We miss you. Make sure you stay tuned to the page for all sorts of good stuff. And fuck you.
Wait, you
No?
stopped before I was ready. So hold
I
on.
did? Oh, well, okay. Don't fuck you yet.
All right, here we go.